We want to stand for the rights of women.
Welcome back to part 2 of the Point Blank special report on the Aware EGM, the Showdown at Suntec.
Well, legal advice was sought very, very often during the EGM. So let's take a look at the part these professionals play in the tussle.
That opinion, and it will be made available to members, as I understand it, upon request to the exco. We've opined that, strictly speaking, a censure motion such as the no confidence resolution would have no legal effect of carrying. However, the exco should consider whether to carry on in office if that resolution is passed. And there are a few points of consideration there. On the one hand, commentary suggests that, and I'm going to quote from it, this is David Ashton and Paul Reed, Ashton and David Plumlow. On occasion, there may come a time when the members have lost confidence in their ability to run the club acceptably or properly. This situation needs careful handling if the committee takes the view that despite what the members generally may think, their stewardship of the club's affairs is beneficial to the club. It must be remembered that the committee would have been elected for a finite period and so are entitled to stay in office until the next election. Now, balancing that, commentary also suggests that it is really only courtesy, custom, and common sense that cause office bearers to resign after a vote of no confidence. If they choose not to resign, then they stay in office. So that's honestly our professional legal opinion on the matter. As we said, we're not a court of law. The courts may take a very different view from us, but that is our opinion. The details are in the more detailed opinion that's been given to the exco.
Under Article 9 of the West Constitution, it says that the general management of the society is vested in the members of the general meeting, which is this meeting. And we have decided that we want to manage the society by removing them from office. So I think from Article 9, from the reading of Article 9, obviously the members of the general meeting have the right to remove this exco from office. But I think the point that Gregory takes a different view, and that is fine. But I think a motion for this exco to be removed from office can be placed before, or can be placed today, can be moved today, can be voted today, and the exco can be removed today. And if they want to dispute this, they can go to court. But with this meeting can decide those things, and then the court can decide. But I think this exco has lost any moral authority to remain on that table.
Well, those were very strong words from NMP Siew Hong.
He was very, very vocal throughout the entire thing, right?
But he's always been very vocal, even in Parliament. Well, I think what you saw there firstly was that Mr. Gregory Guy was legal counsel that the exco engaged from Raja and Tan. And like we mentioned before, they referred to them many times when it comes to the constitution.
That's right.
So, I think a lot of people were getting a bit like, oh, they're asking legal counsel again, they're asking legal counsel again, and a lot of times the legal counsel was sort of, they've always been fair, but the things that he said were not popular with the crowd. But this was the only instance where what he said like drew cheers and waving of stuff.
He actually said that it's more of a common sense if the exco decides to step down, because it's obvious that, you know, members of Aware were really, you know, they lost confidence in them, and it will be very difficult to continue on from there, from then on. So I guess it's the right thing to do.
And even if they didn't step down, as Mr. Siew Hong clearly said, you know, they were really just there for one thing lah, to see these people off. So like, you know, what you heard, they could pass a motion to remove the exco, they could pass a motion to elect a new exco there and then, and it was all allowed in the constitution. So there was not exactly legal tussles, but a lot of different legal professionals with different opinions, and like
Well, in fact, somebody, if I'm not wrong, it should be Margaret Thomas. She said something like, "This is the court of opinion, not court of law." So, regardless of how much how much advice you seek from the lawyers, it's not going to make much of a difference, because what we really want is, the opinion from aware members. So I guess, yep, that's that. And of course, the exco decided to step down, but after the break, we'll take a look at that.